Hi, I'm Dom and welcome to my channel where I discuss all things metal. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Swedish metal band Dynasty and their performance at Logo in Hamburg. And I'm also going to be talking about their support bands Sirenia and Surma. Now, I've been a huge fan of Nils Molin ever since I discovered Amon Rathe, but my fan status was cemented when I heard him duet with Bonny on the song Afterlife. You can see my review of that song down below. When I knew that he would be performing with his band Dynasty in Hamburg, you can bet your ass I was going to be there. And lucky for me, by coincidence, his show plus a bunch of other shows I was going to go see in Hamburg lined up that same week. So it felt like the universe really wanted me to go see him live. So in terms of performance, Nils lived up to my expectations. You can tell he needs no tweaking in the studio. His voice is exactly the same live, if not better. He's so powerful, yet so precise in how he delivers every single note. And what amazes me about how good this performance was that I'd heard through the grapevine, he'd been super sick and had to cancel the 2 shows just before Hamburg. And there was even talk that maybe the tour would have to be called off. The man was that sick. However, when he hit the stage in Hamburg, there was no hint of that. He gave the most astounding performance ever. The whole band worked like a well-oiled machine, and I have to say there is something about those Swedes and their musical ability. I think there must be something in the water, but I was blown away by just how energetic and how perfect everything was. Now, I would feel I was remiss, I don't know which word it is, you can tell me in the comments, if I didn't talk about one performance that stood out alongside Nils, and that is of the bass player Jonathan Olsson. I've got to admit before, I've never really noticed a bass player. Now before you roast me, I know they're important, I know they play a critical role of holding the whole band together, but for me they're just really easy to miss on stage. Personally, I've never been wowed by a bass player until Jonathan. He has one heck of a stage presence and is really interacting with the audience, and woe betide the person who doesn't clap along when Nils asks you to. From his head-banging, hair-flipping, the semi-nude bassist is hard to ignore. I wasn't familiar with him until I went to the show, but I found out later that he actually played with the iconic band Pain. I mean, he's on another level of showmanship. Top songs by Dynasty included The Human Paradox, Heartless Madness, and Power of Will. And I swear to goodness, I thought Logo, the venue, was actually going to crumble to the ground during Power of Will. I mean, the crowd went mad, mental. I just can't describe how epic it was. These songs are like my go-to wake-up kick-ass tunes when I need to take on the world. Now, the thing I love about shows, but also kind of hate, are the warm-up or support acts, because they're a real bag of mixed apples. If they're bad, I feel like they're band tacks and you have to like suffer through them to get to the good stuff. And if they're good, then it's like, wow, oh my goodness, my musical horizon has been expanded. Thank you, universe. And for this show, I've got to say, Surma and Sirenia were absolutely awesome. Now, I was a little bit late to the show, so I have to say I didn't get the full force of them, and that was due to poor location, but that's on me for poor time management. But both shows were freaking gold, and fronted by 2 very talented women who could work the audience, but then had the vocal chops to back it up. I even got to have a lovely chat with the delightful Victoria, who's the front woman of the Surma band, and she is just the most engaging, pleasant, bubbly person. So I would go back just to see her and get a little chat with her after the show. And she's fantastic. She has a really melodic voice and bounces around on stage with the energy of only someone who's incredibly young has. Now Emma, the front woman of Sirenia band, she is a powerful singer and she's so magnetic. She has great synergy with her band, particularly the guitarist Nils, who gave a very solid performance with impressive guitar riffs. And quite frankly, I really don't know how his head didn't pop off. He headbanged so hard. Now, a quick word about the venue Logo. This is such a great spot to go and listen to metal music. It's a small space, but because of this, you really feel the music vibrating through your chest, but like in a nice way, not in a way like you're actually gonna die. You're pretty much on the stage, like the audience is on the stage because it's such a tiny place. But that means like you're getting a sort of intimate engagement with a band that you would never get in a bigger venue. So if one of your favorite bands is playing at Logo, you move heaven and hell to get there because you will not regret it. The one thing I will say, it's cash bar. Beware of that, because you know what, the ATM is super far away round at the corner, and if you're in your hooker boots in the middle of a German winter, oddly specific, I know, it just makes it so much harder. So make sure you've got some euros on you. Now, I've put links to all the bands that I've talked about down below, so why not go check them out? They're absolutely fantastic. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, You stay classy.